She is able to complete the task with efficiency. About. Let's talk about your favorite hobbies. Above, the birds flew high above the clouds. Across, they walked across the busy street. Act. He performed a heartfelt act in the play. Active. She leads an active lifestyle, engaging in various sports. Add. Please add sugar to the recipe for sweetness. Address. He wrote his home address on the envelope. Adult. She is legally considered an adult at the age of 18. Adventure. They embarked on an exciting adventure in the mountains. Advise. I advise you to take a break and relax. Afraid. He is afraid of the dark. After, they went to the park after school. Again. She tried again and succeeded this time. Against. He leaned against the wall for support. Age. Her age is 25 years old. Ago. He visited that place a long time ago. Agree. They both agree on the decision. Air. The fresh air filled the room. Airplane. They boarded the airplane for their vacation. Airport. They arrived at the airport early for their flight. Album. She released her new album last week. Alive. The rescue team found the hiker alive and well. All. They ate all the cookies in one sitting. Allow. Please allow me to introduce myself. Almost. She almost won the race but came in second. Alone. He prefers to be alone when he's working. Along. They walked along the beach, enjoying the sunset. Already. She has already finished her homework. Also. He is talented and also hardworking. Always. She always starts her day with a cup of coffee. Amazing. The view from the top of the mountain was amazing. Among. He stood out among the crowd with his unique style. Amount. She received a large amount of money as a prize. Ancient. The ruins of the ancient city still stand today. Anger. His anger was evident in his voice. Angle. She adjusted the camera to capture the perfect angle. Animal. They saw a wild animal during their hike. Ankle. She sprained her ankle while playing soccer. Another. He bought another book by his favorite author. Answer. Please provide an answer to the question. Ant. The ant carried a tiny crumb of food. Any. Do you have any questions? Anyone. Anyone can participate in the event. Anything. She can eat anything except spicy food. Anywhere. He is always ready to travel anywhere. Apart. They live apart from each other. Apologize. He apologized for his mistake. Appear. The magician made a rabbit appear out of thin air. Apple. She took a bite of the juicy apple. Approve. The committee will approve the project. April. Her birthday is in April. Area. They explored the local area during their vacation. Arm. He lifted his arm to wave goodbye. Army. He enlisted in the army after graduating from high school. Around. They sat around the campfire, sharing stories. Arrive. They will arrive at the station in 10 minutes. Art. She enjoys creating art using different mediums. Artist. He is a talented artist, known for his unique paintings. As. She works as a teacher. Ask. Don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. Asleep. He fell asleep as soon as his head hit the pillow. Athlete. She trains like a professional athlete. Atlantic. They sailed across the Atlantic Ocean. Atom. The atom is the basic unit of matter. Attack. The lion prepared to attack its prey. Attempt. He made an attempt to solve the puzzle. Attention. Please pay attention to the instructions. August, her birthday is in August. Aunt, she visited her aunt over the weekend. Autumn, the leaves change color in autumn. Average, the average temperature in this city is 25 degrees Celsius. Avoid, he tried to avoid eye contact. Awake, she lay awake in bed, unable to sleep. Away, he moved away from his hometown for a new job. Awesome, the fireworks display was awesome. Awful, he had an awful day at work. Baby, they welcomed a beautiful baby into their family. Back, he leaned against the back of the chair. Background, the painting had a beautiful sunset as its background. Backpack, she packed her books in her backpack. Backward, he took a step backward to avoid the oncoming car. Bacteria, the scientists studied the effects of bacteria on human health. Bad, he had a bad experience at the restaurant. Badge, she proudly displayed her police badge. Bag, she carried her groceries in a reusable bag. Bake, they decided to bake cookies for the party. Balance, she tried to balance on one foot. Ball, they played a game of soccer with a ball. Balloon, the children released colorful balloons into the sky. Banana, she peeled a ripe banana for breakfast. Band, the band played their latest song at the concert. Bank, he deposited his paycheck at the bank. Barbecue, they had a barbecue in the backyard. Bare, the tree stood bare in the winter. Barely, she barely managed to finish the race. Bark, the dog barked loudly at the mailman. Barn, they stored hay in the barn for the horses. Barrel, the wine was aged in oak barrel. The team built their base camp near the mountain. Baseball, he enjoys playing baseball with his friends. Basement, they converted the basement into a home theater. Basic, she learned the basic principles of physics. Basketball, they practiced their basketball skills at the court. Bat, he swung the baseball bat with all his might. Bath, she took a relaxing bath after a long day. Bathroom, they remodeled their bathroom with new tiles. Battery, the flashlight needed new batteries. Battle, the soldiers fought bravely in the battle. Beach, they spent their vacation relaxing on the beach. Bead, she threaded the beads onto a string. Bear, they spotted a bear in the woods. Beard, he grew a long beard during his hiking trip. Beat, the drummer played a steady beat. Beautiful, she wore a beautiful dress to the party. Beauty, she admired the natural beauty of the sunset. Become, he aspired to become a doctor. Bed, she crawled into bed and fell asleep. Bedroom, they decorated the bedroom with a new paint color. Bee, the bee buzzed around the flowers. Beef, she cooked a delicious beef stew for dinner. Before, they met for lunch before the meeting. Begin, he decided to begin a new project. Behavior, the teacher praised the student's good behavior. Behind, he stood behind his friend in the line. Being, she is proud of being a good listener. Belief, he held a strong belief in equality. Believe, she believes in the power of positive thinking. Bell, the ringing bell signaled the end of class. Belong, the lost puppy didn't belong to anyone. Below, the temperature dropped below freezing. Belt, he fastened his belt before getting into the car. Bench, they sat on the park bench, enjoying the view. Bend, she carefully bent the wire into a circle. Beneath, he found a hidden treasure buried beneath the sand. Benefit, Regular exercise has numerous health benefits. Berry. They picked ripe berries from the bushes. Beside. She sat beside her best friend. Best. He won the award for the best performance. Bet. They placed a bet on the horse race. Better. She felt better after taking the medicine. Between. The book was placed between two other books on the shelf. Beyond. They explored the forest and ventured beyond the trail. Bicycle. He rode his bicycle to work every day. Bid. She made a bid at the auction for the antique vase. Big. The elephant was big and strong. Bike. He rode his bike to the park. Bill. He received the bill for his meal at the restaurant. Billion. The company's revenue exceeded $1 billion. Bin. She threw the trash into the bin. Bind. The glue will bind the pieces together. Bird. They spotted a colorful bird in the tree. Birth. He celebrated his 30th birthday last week. Birthday. They threw a surprise party for her birthday. Biscuit. She enjoyed a warm biscuit with butter and jam. Bit. He took a small bit of the chocolate cake. Bite. The mosquito gave her a painful bite. Bitter. The medicine had a bitter taste. Black. He wore a black suit to the formal event. Blade. He sharpened the blade of the knife. Blame. She didn't want to blame anyone for the mistake. Blank. She stared at the blank page. Unsure of what to write. Blanket. They cuddled under a cozy blanket on the couch. Blast. The explosion created a loud blast. Blend. She used a blender to blend the ingredients. Bless. They asked the priest to bless their new home. Blind. He navigated the room confidently despite being blind. Block. The construction site had a massive concrete block. Blonde. She dyed her hair blonde. Blood. The nurse drew blood for a medical test. Blow. She blew out the candles on her birthday cake. Blue. The sky was clear and blue. Bored. They wrote their ideas on the whiteboard. Boast. He liked to boast about his accomplishments. Boat. They sailed across the lake in a small boat. Body. Regular exercise is important for a healthy body. Boil. She watched the water boil on the stove. Bomb. The bomb exploded with a deafening sound. Bone. The dog chewed on a bone. Bonus. She received a bonus for her exceptional performance. Book. He lost himself in a captivating book. Boot. She wore her favorite pair of boots in the snow. Border. They crossed the border into a neighboring country. Born. She was born on a sunny day in June. Borrow. He asked to borrow a pen from his classmate. Boss. She discussed the project with her boss. Both. They both agreed to the terms of the contract. Bother. Please don't bother him while he's working. Bottle. He filled the bottle with cold water. Bottom. She placed the heavy box on the bottom of the stack. Bounce. The basketball bounced off the rim and into the net. Boundary. The fence marked the boundary of their property. Bowl. She ate a bowl of hot soup for lunch. Box. He packed his belongings into a cardboard box. Boy. The little boy played with his toy cars. Brain. She used her brain to solve the challenging puzzle. They sat under the shade of a tree branch. Brave. He showed bravery by standing up for his beliefs. Bread. She sliced the fresh bread for sandwiches. Break. He took a break from work to relax. Breakfast. They enjoyed a delicious breakfast together. Breast. The baby nursed from his mother's breast. Breathe. he took a deep breath to calm his nerves. Brick, they built a wall using bricks. Bridge, they crossed the bridge over the river. Brief, she gave a brief presentation on the topic. Bright, the sun's rays illuminated the bright room. Bring, she offered to bring dessert to the party. British, they visited several British cities during their vacation. Broad, the road was broad and spacious. Broadcast, the radio station broadcasted the live concert. Broken, the vase lay in pieces on the floor, broken. Brother, he played catch with his younger brother. Brought, she brought her favorite book to share with the class. Brown, he painted the walls a warm shade of brown. Brush, she used a brush to paint the portrait. Bubble, the children blew bubbles in the park. Bucket, he filled the bucket with water from the well. Build, they planned to build a new house. Building, the tall building dominated the city skyline. Bulb, she planted flower bulbs in the garden. Bunch, he held a bunch of colorful balloons. Burn, she accidentally touched the hot pan and felt a burn. Burst, the balloon burst with a loud pop. Bus, they took the bus to downtown. Bush, they trimmed the overgrown bushes in the garden. Business, he started his own business after quitting his job. Busy, she was too busy to attend the party. But he wanted to go, but she preferred to stay home. Butter, she spread butter on her toast. Butterfly, they admired the colorful butterfly in the garden. Button, she fastened the button on her shirt. Buy, he went to the store to buy groceries. Buzz, the bees buzzed around the flowers. Buy, he sat by the window, enjoying the view. Cabin, they stayed in a cozy cabin in the mountains. Cabinet, she organized the dishes in the kitchen cabinet. Cable, he connected the TV to the cable box. Cake, they celebrated with a delicious chocolate cake. Calculate, she used a calculator to solve the math problem. Calendar, he marked important dates on his calendar. Call, she received a phone call from her friend. Calm, he took deep breaths to calm himself down. Camera, she captured beautiful photos with her camera. Camp, they set up a campfire and roasted marshmallows. Can, she opened a can of soda. Canadian, he is a proud Canadian, born and raised. Canal, they took a boat ride along the scenic canal. Cancel, they had to cancel their trip due to bad weather. Cancer, he was diagnosed with cancer and started treatment. Candle, she lit a scented candle to create a relaxing atmosphere. Candy, he bought a bag of candy to share with his friends. Cap, he wore a baseball cap to protect himself from the sun. Cape, she draped a flowing cape over her shoulders. Capital, London is the capital of England. Captain, he was the captain of the soccer team. Capture, she managed to capture a beautiful photo of the sunset. Car, he drove his car to work every day. Card, she received a birthday card from her best friend. Care, she took care of her sick grandmother. Careful, he walked carefully on the icy sidewalk. Careless, she accidentally knocked over a glass due to her careless movement. Carpet, they laid a soft carpet in the living room. Carrot, she chopped up some carrots for the salad. Carry, he helped carry the heavy boxes. Cartoon, she enjoyed watching her favorite cartoon on Saturday mornings. Case, they presented their case to the jury. Cash, he paid for the groceries with cash. Castle, they explored the ancient castle during their vacation. Cat, the cat purred as she petted its soft fur. Catch, he caught the ball with a swift motion. Category, the book fell into the category of science fiction. Cattle, they raised cattle on their farm. Cause, they supported a cause they believed in. Caution, she approached the edge of the cliff with caution. Cave, they discovered a hidden cave deep in the forest. Ceiling, he painted the ceiling a bright white color. Celebrate, they gathered to celebrate their anniversary. Cell, he placed his cell phone on the table. Cellar, they stored wine bottles in the cool cellar. Cent, he found a penny, a small cent coin. On the sidewalk. Center, she stood at the center of the room. Century, the ancient artifact dated back to the 10th century. Cereal, he poured milk over his bowl of cereal. Certain, she felt a certain sense of excitement. Chain, the bike was secured with a sturdy chain. Chair, she sat on a comfortable chair in the waiting room. Challenge, he took on the challenge of climbing Mount Everest. Chamber, they entered the quiet chamber for meditation. Champion, she was crowned the champion of the competition. Chance, he took a chance and applied for the job. She decided it was time for a change in her life. Channel, they flipped through the TV channels, searching for something to watch. Chapter, she eagerly turned the page to the next chapter of the book. Charge, he plugged his phone in to charge the battery. Chase, the children played a game of chase in the backyard. Chat, they sat down to chat over a cup of coffee. Cheat, she found a cheap dress on sale. Cheat, he was caught cheating on the exam. Check, she wrote a check to pay the bill. Cheer, they cheered loudly for their favorite team. Cheese, she added a slice of cheese to her sandwich. Chef, he trained as a chef at a culinary school. Chemical, the scientist conducted experiments with various chemical compounds. Chest, he opened the treasure chest and found gold coins inside. Chew, she carefully chewed her food before swallowing. Chicken, they roasted a whole chicken for dinner. Chief, he held the position of chief executive officer. Child, the child laughed and played in the park. Childhood, she fondly remembered her happy childhood. Chill, he felt a chill in the air and put on a sweater. Chimney, smoke billowed out of the chimney on the cold winter evening. Chin, she rested her chin on her hand while thinking. China, they traveled to China and visited the Great Wall. Chip, he took a bite of the crispy potato chip. Chocolate, she couldn't resist the temptation of a piece of rich dark chocolate. Choice, he had to make a difficult choice between two job offers. Choose, she carefully considered her options before making a decision. Chop, he used a sharp knife to chop vegetables for the stir-fry. Chorus, the chorus sang in perfect harmony. Christian, he practiced his Christian faith by attending church regularly. Christmas, they decorated the Christmas tree with colorful ornaments. Church, they attended Sunday service at the local church. Cigarette, he took a long drag from his cigarette. Circle, they sat in a circle and discussed their ideas. Circus, the circus performers wowed the audience with their tricks. Cite, she cited several sources in her research paper. Citizen, he proudly became a naturalized citizen of his adopted country. City, They lived in a bustling city with skyscrapers and busy streets. Civil, they engaged in a civil conversation, despite their differences. Claim, she filed a claim with the insurance company. Clap, the audience erupted in applause and gave a standing ovation. Clarify, he asked for clarification on the instructions. Clash, the two teams clashed in a fierce soccer match. Class, she attended a yoga class every Saturday morning. Classic, he enjoyed reading classic novels from the 19th century. Classroom, the students sat quietly in the classroom, listening to the teacher. Clean, she scrubbed the kitchen floor until it was clean. Clear, he made his intentions clear from the beginning. Clerk, she worked as a clerk at the local grocery store. Clever, he came up with a clever solution to the problem. Click, she clicked the mouse to open the document. Client, he met with a client to discuss the project. Cliff, they stood at the edge of the cliff, enjoying the breathtaking view. Climb, they embarked on a challenging journey to climb the mountain. Clinic, she visited the clinic for a routine checkup. Clip, he used a clip to secure the papers together. Clock, she glanced at the clock and realized she was running late. Close, he closed the door behind him as he entered the room. Closed, the store was closed for renovations. Clothes, she sorted her clothes into different piles for washing. Cloud, the fluffy white cloud floated across the sky. Clown, the clown entertained the children with his funny tricks. Club, they were members of the same book club. Clue, he tried to piece together the clues to solve the mystery. Coach, she hired a coach to help improve her tennis skills. Coal, the fire burned brightly, fueled by lumps of coal. Coast, they took a road trip along the scenic coast. Coat, she buttoned up her coat to keep warm in the cold weather. Code, he wrote lines of code to create a computer program. Coffee, she sipped her hot coffee, savoring the rich flavor. Coin, he dropped a coin into the vending machine to buy a snack. Cold, she shivered in the cold winter wind. Collar, he adjusted his shirt collar before going on stage. Collect, she enjoyed collecting seashells on the beach. College, he enrolled in college to pursue a degree in engineering. Color, she used bold and vibrant colors in her artwork. Column, she read the newspaper column to stay informed. Combination, they tried various combinations to unlock the safe. Combine, she combined the ingredients to make a delicious soup. Come, he invited his friends to come over for a barbecue. Comedy, they laughed out loud while watching a hilarious comedy. Comfort, she found comfort in the arms of her low. He flipped through the pages of the comic book. Coming, they eagerly anticipated the coming of spring. Command, he issued a command to his dog, and it obediently followed. Comment, she left a comment on the blog post. Commit, he made a commitment to exercise regularly. Committee, they formed a committee to plan the charity event. Common, they discovered they had a common interest in gardening. Communicate, she used sign language to communicate with her deaf friend. Community, they worked together to improve their local community. Company, he started his own company after years of hard work. Compare, she compared prices before making a purchase. Compete, he trained hard to compete in the marathon. Competition, They entered the dance competition with high hopes. Complain. She complained to the manager about the poor service. Complete. He finally completed his long-awaited novel. Complex. The math problem was too complex for him to solve. Computer. She spent hours working on her computer. Concert. They bought tickets to see their favorite band in concert. Conclude. He concluded his speech with a powerful message. Concrete. They poured concrete to build the foundation. Condition. She examined the car's condition before buying it. Conduct. He conducted an experiment to test his hypothesis. Conference. She attended a conference to learn about the latest research. Confidence. He spoke with confidence during the presentation. Confident. She felt confident in her abilities to succeed. Confirm. They called to confirm their dinner reservation. Conflict. They resolved the conflict through open communication. Confuse. The instructions were confusing, and he needed clarification. Congratulate. She congratulated her friend on the promotion. Congress. They debated the issue in Congress. Connect. He used a cable to connect the printer to his computer. Connection. They felt a strong connection from the moment they met. Conscience. He followed his conscience and did the right thing. Conscious. She was conscious of the impact her words could have. Consider. They considered all the options before making a decision. Consist. The recipe consisted of 5 simple ingredients. Constant. He faced constant challenges in his career. Construct. They hired a construction crew to build their dream home. Construction. They watched the progress of the construction site. Consult. She sought advice from a lawyer and consulted her before signing the contract. Consumer. He studied consumer behavior to develop marketing strategies. Contact. She made contact with old friends through social media. Contain. The box contained a collection of vintage coins. Container. She packed the leftovers in a plastic container. Content. He felt content with his life as it was. Contest. They participated in a baking contest. Context. She analyzed the statement within its historical context. Continue. They decided to continue their journey despite the challenges. Contract. He signed a contract with the publishing company. Control. She struggled to control her emotions. Convenient. The location was convenient, with easy access to public transportation. Conversation. They engaged in a lively conversation over dinner. Convert. He wanted to convert the file into a different format. Cook. She enjoyed experimenting with new recipes and loved to cook. Cookie. She baked a batch of delicious chocolate chip cookies. Cool. They relaxed in the cool shade on a hot summer day. Cooperation. They achieved success through teamwork and cooperation. Cop. The cop patrolled the streets to ensure safety. Copy. She made a copy of the document for her records. Cord. He plugged in the power cord to charge his laptop. Core. She focused on the core concepts of the subject. Corn. They harvested fresh corn from the field. Corner. He turned the corner and saw the familiar building. Correct. She gave the correct answer to the math problem. Cost. He calculated the cost of the trip. Costume. She wore a colorful costume for the costume party. Cottage. They rented a cozy cottage by the lake for their vacation. Cotton. She preferred wearing clothes made of soft cotton fabric. Couch. They relaxed on the couch and watched a movie. Cough. He covered his mouth when he had a cough. Kid. She wondered if she could achieve her dreams. Council. The council members discussed important issues. Count. They counted the number of stars in the night sky. Counter. She placed the groceries on the kitchen counter. Country. He traveled to a different country every year. Couple. They walked hand in hand, a happy couple. Courage. She summoned the courage to speak up for what she believed in. Course. He enrolled in a photography course to improve his skills. Court. They appeared before the court to present their case. Cousin. She visited her cousin during the summer vacation. Cover. She used a blanket to cover herself on a. They grazed their cows in the meadow. Cowboy. He dressed up as a cowboy for the costume party. Crack. He heard a loud crack and saw a tree branch fall. Craft. She enjoyed working on various craft projects. Crash. They heard a loud crash from the kitchen. Crawl. The baby learned to crawl before taking her first steps. Crazy. They did something crazy and spontaneous. Cream. She scooped a dollop of whipped cream onto her dessert. Create. He used his imagination to create a beautiful painting. Creature. They discovered a strange creature in the woods. Credit. She used her credit card to make the purchase. Crew. The film crew worked tirelessly to shoot the movie. Cricket. They played a game of cricket in the park. Crime. The detective investigated the crime scene. Criminal. He was arrested for his involvement in criminal activities. Crisis. They mobilized resources to deal with the crisis. Crisp. She took a bite of the crisp apple. Critic. He wrote a scathing review as a film critic. Criticize. She criticized his work for its lack of originality. Crop. They harvested a bountiful crop from the fields. Cross. She carefully crossed the busy street. Crowd. They got lost in the crowd at the music festival. Crown. She placed the crown on her head and felt like a queen. Crucial. The decision they made was crucial to their success. Cruel. He couldn't understand why people could be so cruel. Cruise. They went on a cruise to the Caribbean. Crush. She had a crush on her classmate. Cry. He couldn't help but cry tears of joy. Culture. They immersed themselves in the local culture during their travels. Cup. She poured herself a cup of hot tea. Cupboard. She stored her dishes in the kitchen cupboard. Cure. They searched for a cure for the rare disease. Curious. He was curious to learn more about the ancient civilization. Curl. She styled her hair into tight curls. Current. The current flowed swiftly in the river. Curtain. She drew the curtains to block out the sunlight. Curve. He took the curve in the road with caution. Cushion. She sat on a comfortable cushion. Custom. They followed the local custom of bowing when greeting others. Customer. He provided excellent customer service. Cut. She used scissors to cut the paper. Cute. The puppy was unbelievably cute. Cycle. They went for a bike ride along the cycling trail. Dad. Her dad taught her how to ride a bike. Daily. She read the newspaper daily to stay informed. Damage. The storm caused extensive damage to the buildings.